We're going to try this one more time. We're going to try this one. Wait for a few people to get into the chat. We're going to wait for a few people to get into the chat. Should be in. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Take two. Is it better, Steph? Is it better? Probably because I was close to the water. I probably had a terrible connection. So I was also close to the water, which I would still think I would have a pretty decent connection. But, you know, I digress. Oh, I gotta turn on the fucking, I know that song already. So, anyway, let's get to it. So, Luigi Mangione of the alleged shooter of the United Healthcare CEO, some startling revelations came out, I would say, in my opinion. But also confirmed some suspicions that I had. If you guys are familiar with my streams when I was talking about this case, I said that I didn't think he was the shooter. And I stand by that. That I don't think he's the shooter. And if he is, I don't think they have enough evidence to prove that he's the shooter. So his Thomas Dickey, the lawyer for Luigi Mangione, the defense attorney, is looking to have a dismissal of this case. Amazing how fast his unibrow grew. So he's asking for a dismissal of this case, and here's why. Simply saying his client is not guilty, that he didn't do it. And I know this is the defense attorney, and it sounds like, oh yeah, of course he's saying that, but this is why he's saying that. The Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione on a hunch. Not factual evidence, not a positive ID, but on a hunch. He went from a person of interest to the person. Now you say, Cannon, why do you say that? Why do you say that? What's up, Jason? What's up, Jack Reeves? Why do you say that? Well, the only picture that the New York Police Department has of the actual shooter is what you see in the top left hand of your screen. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. All they got is the shooter in a similar jacket and a mask over his face. When we went back and we investigated, or we combed through some of the stuff, we said that, hey, I don't think he's the shooter. The eyebrows aren't the same. The bridge of the nose isn't the same. And that's all we had to go off of. That's all we had to go off of, is that there was a green jacket and he had a mask on. The eyebrows were not the same, yet kind of similar. The nose bridge wasn't the same, yet kind of similar. Apparently, that's the only shit that New York had to go off of as well. Also, if you watch my streams, we went over the type of gun that he allegedly used. And the gun that he used is I can't remember the shit, but it's a hand cycled gun. The gun is a hand cycled gun, almost like a bolt action handgun with a suppressor on it. Okay, that's the gun that this shooter used. Okay, he didn't use a Glock with a reciprocating slide. No, he used what was like essentially a bolt action handgun. I can't remember the actual name of the gun, with a suppressor on it, which makes it super fucking quiet. Okay? When they arrested him in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 10 days later, 4 hours away, that's not the gun that he had on him. The gun that he had on him was a Glock 19, which is a far cry from the bolt-action silenced handgun that he was using. So the handgun didn't even match the scene of the crime. They arrested him solely off of having a similar jacket on. They arrested him on having a similar jacket on. That's it. That's it. They had no reasonable suspicion to say that he was the shooter of the United Healthcare CEO other than look at how he's dressed. Which I thought was very interesting. It's almost like, you know, here in Baltimore when they go, be on the lookout for dark-skinned male with dreadlocks, white t-shirt, and, I don't know, New Balance 9060s on. That could be any goddamn body. Am I saying that Luigi didn't do it? Yeah, I'm saying I don't think he's the shooter. But if he is the shooter, there is not enough evidence to even detain him in prison. And we know this is because New York hasn't even put any criminal charges on him. What? New York hasn't even put any criminal charges on him. Only Pennsylvania. New York is where the fucking the shooting happened, and they don't have any criminal charges levied against Luigi. Why is that? Is it because they don't know if he's the right fucking guy? Because that's what it seems like to me. Now, Luigi could be a victim of the court of public opinion, the mainstream media running with narratives. They gassed the police up in Altoona to arrest him. DNA evidence doesn't suggest that he's the shooter. The only thing they got to go off of is this picture at McDonald's, wherever he was, with the jacket on and the fucking smile. But when we look back at the shooting, you can't make that shit out. Like, even if you want to look at the eyebrows, his eyebrows is much, much thicker than the shooter's eyebrows. The shooter's eyebrows had a motherfucking thin-ass fucking unibrow going across. I said that the shooter could have been Iranian. I said the shooter could have been Iranian or some kind of Arabic descent. That's what I think. I still think that. But Luigi, I don't think he's the shooter. His lawyer is creating a lot of reasonable doubt that his client is not the shooter. Luigi still maintains his innocence, says that he's not guilty, and I tend to believe that it's not him. Now, the sad part is they're going to go on a witch hunt on Luigi, and the possible shooter is still out there living scot-free. Now, could I be wrong? Yeah, and I said this before. I said this before in the stream. I said, I wish I could find it. I said he's going to walk. Luigi's going to walk. I said that. And I think Luigi's going to walk from this. I don't think he's the shooter. And again, if he is the shooter, there is not enough evidence to prove that he's the shooter. And again, if they had proof that he was the shooter, then New York would have charges levied against Luigi, but they don't. Which is what's the word? Very suspicious. Very suspicious. But I want to know what y'all think. Y'all think he's guilty? Y'all think he did it? Do y'all think he did it? You know what I mean? Or do you think that he's innocent? Just a case of mistaken identity. You know, remember they ran with the quote-unquote manifesto? His lawyer said that wasn't a manifesto. That was his journal that you guys made a big deal out of. And honestly, if you read, remember when the pages of his quote-unquote manifesto came out? Right? It didn't read like a manifesto. I said that shit. I said, this shit don't read like a manifesto. Apparently it's just his fucking everyday journal that he just talks. Meanwhile, Dexter Taylor's sitting in prison and didn't harm anyone. Exactly. Exactly. Bruh. This shit is wild. This shit is wild. So we're gonna see how this goes. You got all these fucking fangirls and shit sending in this nigga socks with love you notes and shit all in it and all this other stuff. This kid's a goddamn rock star, and he might not have done the shit that people are fucking making him a rock star for. He might not have did what they're making him out to be a rock star for. Uh-oh. Just happened right there. That ain't good. See? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He might not have did what they saying he's a rock star for. How about that? I need to see what happened with that. Anyway, that's all I wanted to bring y'all to. I just thought this was something interesting to bring some attention to. Anyway, if you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, let people know we live. You're catching the replay. Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Always welcome. Anyway, until next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss. And don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today.